For the past couple of weeks, long before, well, not long before, but at least a week before Bob asked me to come up and speak, I've been getting just a poke in the head about 2 verses in the Bible. And this is going to be kind of an odd, circuitous route to the full message. It starts out a little bit unusual. The title is Bare History Recounts Events. For the most part, not hopes, not desires, not dreams, but events. So I started putting myself in a why mode to why these thoughts were coming to me about these 2 verses. And the 2 verses are Matthew 27:5 and Acts 1:18. Does anybody have a hint what those 2 verses are about?
No.
Excellent. These are the 2 contradictory verses about the death of Judas Iscariot. One says, and he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and hanged himself. Matthew was written for the Jewish population between 70 and 110 AD. The other verse, Acts 1:18. Now this man purchased a field with the reward of iniquity, and falling headlong burst asunder in the midst, and all his bowels spilled out. I have no clue where this was going to go, or how does it apply to now. How is it relevant to who we are and what we're doing? Because it's kind of gruesome, but that wasn't the point. The point is, why is it a contradiction, or seemingly a contradiction? And who benefits by clouding the issue? So that comes into the why mode. Why is there a fog over these events? Who wants the evil hidden? Satan, fallen Lucifer, has had thousands of years to create confusion and veils of lies, deception, and push forward the fallen nature in a direction that supplies and justifies the action, which in turn supplies through give and take action the power to exist and the power to rule. So, who has fallen nature?
Almost everybody.
Yeah, it's kind of like gravity. It's everywhere. But how long have you known that you had it?
A day? I just realized it yesterday.
Okay, I'm letting you know right now, you got it.
Okay.
And how well do you control it? This is kind of the point. The Bible speaks of sin, but who speaks of fallen nature? Parents. It's not entirely a new concept, but how we deal with it, what its origins are, what power it creates, what power it steals away. These are all things that our true parents have taught us through divine principle, through their talks, through their example. Our lives are lives of observation, event, and experience. No matter whether you're reading the Bible, the Quran, true parents and divine principles, any of their speeches, we put it in the context of what we have known through our parents, through our culture, through history. It all goes through many different kinds of filters. There's no possible way to understand how another person filters those items. So we watch them, we talk to them, we share. When fallen nature comes out of others, are you reactive or proactive? Now, in a common sense, I might have to redefine those words more principally. Reactive is an active rejection with your own fallen nature by defending, justifying, and counter-accusing. I didn't do that. Yeah. But I had a reason. And by the way, what about you? Okay, we're all familiar with with this. It happens a lot. Not just with us. Proactive, diffusing, absorbing, quiet, discerning, self-questioning. Why was that said? Why was that done? Why am I feeling this? Who does this moment serve? Do I reject or absorb? From your own observation, and this has to be from your own lives with true parents, true family, other brothers and sisters. Do true parents absorb or reject the energy of negativity and accusation?
Absorbed.
Why?
So that it wouldn't multiply. Ultimately, I think.
So there's no absolute answer to this. Just about anything you can think and feel in that moment is probably correct. We absorb things to also protect. What do true parents want to protect? Or should I say, whom do true parents want to protect?
God.
God. God's heart. Heavenly Parent. I talked to Jack earlier, so I let him know that he was going to be in on this a little bit. This is a security question for East Garden. Under threat to true parents, do you reject the situation or absorb it and define it?
In my humble opinion, at that point, if I'm in front of father or mother, this is not a spiritual battle. This is a physical battle. I would reject. I push away and put down.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for, but it probably isn't. But.
Partially. But and I know Jack knows this, and I know this. Anybody who's worked with a security team in any professional way, it's a standard tactic. You've all seen movies of the president, whether fiction or true, as in perhaps Ronald Reagan's case. He's in a crowd, his team around him, and there's an attack. If you break down the series of events, whatever angle that attack comes from, the people, the security officers on that side, Secret Service, move to that way to defend. What do the other officers do? They embrace their principle. The person they're protecting is called a principle. They embrace that principle and rush them to safety, because their job is not to fight a battle. Their job is to protect and escape. So we want to also understand that, as in John 15:13, no greater love than to lay down your life for others. And that's the position anybody not out of duty, but out of loyalty and love will embrace. They'll absorb. You absorb the situation and react appropriately. If Jack's in the forefront, I don't want to be in front of him. And anybody who understands it, the true value of true parents. Who are they? They're the most valuable persons on earth, historically and providentially, with the value of all humankind. So there's no hesitation to stand in front of any threat if true parents are at risk. And let me ask you this. Who is your most valuable asset? There's a couple of answers to that, but I'm going to identify. Your spouse is one of your most valuable gifts from God. Satan and evil will and does attack you both through the other, with emotional circumstances, misunderstandings in communication, misperceptions and mistakes. So do you absorb? So So do you absorb the emotional, frustrated, or judgmental comment that may be hurtful, demeaning, or plain out of line? Or do you react back, multiplying that painful energy? Proverbs speaks of pride going before a fall. It's no longer about who's more correct about anything. This is when we can protect each other and God's heart for pain. Use that split second of reaction to stop, take a breath, consider the moment, and the bad give and take energy. That moment of silence can protect you both and protect Heavenly Parent's heart. The other may consider that your silence is a validation of their viewpoint. So what? Use something like, I'll get back to you on that. I can't talk about it now. I need a moment. Or just be quiet and walk away. Redirect, but cut off the energy. You take a hit to protect the purpose of heart. History recounts events, both physically and spiritually. Events of your life matter. Not just for you, but for the providential history of your children, true parents, and Heavenly Parent in this age and in the future. Thank you for being you. Please pray with me. Heavenly Parent, we love you. We seek to learn more about that love. We seek to learn about that love through the things you have made, the things you express yourself in, the nature around us, events of joy, creating, finding ourselves in what we do, reflecting your heart, your love, and those we meet, those we share our lives with. And it's not easy. You're our arch enemy, Lucifer. Follow Lucifer, or Satan. Has had thousands of years to cloud our minds and our hearts as to what is important, to justify our actions, to embolden his power. We want to cut away the fog, see as much as possible, as often as we can, your light, your clarity, the truth of things around us, and confront within ourselves the many issues we have to deal with to restore ourselves, our families, those parts of history in which our ancestors have taken part. Yes, we have the blessing that we still have fallen nature. When asked at a speech at Belvedere, how long will it take for people to be rid of fallen nature? Father answered, at least 10 generations. That's a long time. So in our life, we have to set up the foundations to be able to really reflect your love in every possible way, in every given way. We thank you. We want to offer ourselves to you always, upholding the names of our beloved true parents. Amen.
Jude.